episode, I don't know what, of Let's Talk About It, joined with my co-hosts, Vice Versa and Rodell.
Rodell.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
What's poppin'?
Blessed and highly favored, man. What's going on?
I good. I see a busy man, boy. People might just say as he kicks man on YouTube, but how much things you have going on now besides that?
Yeah, well, as the saying goes, comedy is serious business, I've learned that over the years. I have a lot of projects taking place right now, a lot of collaborations going on, TV show that I'm working on at the moment. So there are a lot of things in the pipeline that's been happening, over the period of 4 years I've been doing it. So we have a lot of projects.
It's only 4 years now.
Only 4 years.
It seems like longer, man.
Yeah, boy.
Now, I'd watched an interview with you done by Scotiabank recently, right?
Right.
And one thing I love that I touch on, you was talking about how serious comedy is, like you're making people laugh.
Yeah.
But the reason was make good comedy is just make people think too,
Correct.
Because
That's right.
comedy is something that is when you're laughing is one of the most honest emotions.
Yeah.
It had to be against what somebody's saying if they're making you laugh while they're saying it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. I mean, they say joy is one of the easiest emotions to come across. But the times that we're living in right now, we have to kind of learn to it to me is like a battle, especially on the social media. Because you have good and evil here in the physical world, but in the virtual world is the same kind of battles that we're going through. Because you're fighting between people who may think posting, I don't want to be too vile, but posting a man head getting cut off, or a man being shot 13 times or something like that, is okay. Knowing that you have young ones and things that tuned in to the social media as well. So it's a constant battle over the people and them who...
And perception, the perception that we feed into the people.
Who trying to push a positive vibes versus there's always positive negatives in anything that you do. So is just according to what side you on.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't shy away from the negatives because I'm all about just being honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with the negative parts of you that there, and the negative parts of your society that there as well. But that's why I like your comedy. You would touch on maybe some negative aspects, but you'll never do it in a negative way. You might poke fun, but you never make fun of other people. And it's always be, and it's just be funny, dog.
Appreciate that.
What the hell is going with all these characters, though? Like how do these
Bucktooth is my favorite, Dan.
Is that one in the car with the outside woman in the car?
The outside woman in the car.
When she jumped in the man taxi and his girlfriend was sitting down in the passenger seat.
Okay.
Let me know what they're talking about.
It's so much. It's so many
videos,
different. So many different personalities and videos.
But it's just being observant too, over the period of time, in order to really reach people in a certain way, you have to be observant. You have to stay still at times and just notice everything that's going on around you.
So where are you from originally?
I am from the beautiful Isle of Trinidad and Tobago. I know this is an international podcast, so I'm from the beautiful Isle of Trinidad. Now I'm from Diego Martin originally.
Diego.
But I lived all over though.
ASAP Ferg from. ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg is Trinidad, and he from Diego Martin.
Serious?
I
never know that.
I never know that.
For
real.
I'm Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah. Yes, we actually, the cameras are rolling. We are in an official podcast. My official podcast that I'm a part of. Appreciate, you're reaching out to man, saying, boy, Roddy's a nice man to interview. I boring, I boring once I do have only wig, my lifestyle real normal.
So what make you get into this though? How this all gets started?
Well, I actually have a serious love for videography and editing. Found out that when I left Fatima College and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I realized I just love videography, editing, and graphic design. So I started a company in 2012 called Blu Moon Productions, where it was me and two other partners, and one used to do graphics, one used to do videography, one used to do photography, and we kind of used to feed off each other and learn every bit of everybody's skills now. So I basically know how to do all those things. And let me be real, people in Trinidad, especially in the corporate world too, but in the entertainment world as well, I don't think they respect they don't give the videographers the kind of respect that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because they're not tuned into what goes on behind closed doors now. After the camera stop rolling and all the wildness stop, what the kind of effort and creativity that goes into bringing content, whether it be song, visuals to life.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of they don't know half a ways be going on. So you tend to see a lot of people, hey boy, we organize a music video for my thing now. We're saying, we're telling yourself. I mean, like, where's your starting price? Where's your budget? I know our budget in a little two. We could do a little two dog. 2,000, and that's for production, right? And editing as well. Editing, pre and post production, $2,000, and people find it okay to say that now, boy, right? Is weird how, as you say, the perception of what goes on behind. Only half of the story.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot of attention paid to the support staff of our media personalities.
Correct,
because
right.
let's take Marshall Montano for instance, right? Look at the level of production of his work, you know. But I can't name anybody else on his production team.
Correct.
You know, but obviously they definitely have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But now the caliber
And they're being paid.
Yeah.
And they're being paid.
Most important. I think the film industry, they need to sit down and have a serious discussion, especially people in the high positions, as to what is the future of the film industry in Trinidad, because you're seeing a lot of young upcoming directors, you know, cinematographers.
That's a word.
Coming out. Yeah, that's a word now. Yeah, coming out of the cracks. Yeah. And bringing some great content to the forefront.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like, all right, I have this great content here now. I'm trying so hard to market my things, put it on different platforms, but it's ain't reaching nowhere. And really and truly is the people on them in the high positions who have the authority and who have the networking to really, you know, make it easier. Not saying I can't do it by yourself, huh? You know, you could do it by yourself, self-discipline and everything. You could push anything by yourself, but it will make it easier for the ones that are coming up to know that they have an avenue where they could turn to and say, hey boy, if I work real hard on this project, put my all into it, and I hand it over to my local film industry, they will be able to at least show my part.
Well, with the kind of talent we have down here, we could make our own Hollywood down here, you know.
Correct, is
because
right.
The thing is, like, I love the fact that finally, I've been saying this for years, right? But I would say over the past maybe 5 to 10, maybe not as long as 10 years, maybe about over the past 5 years, local filmmakers have been taking themselves very seriously, and you start to see it show in their work. Like
definitely,
the quality of work being put out by our local film artists now is beyond anything that was going on when I was younger, you know. So we have the talent, and if we could give them the support to make, you know, maybe a Trinidad or something, or I don't know if they have a Trinidad in
the thing is
Trinidad.
The thing is funding, really and truly, right? The thing is, at the end of the day, everybody watching their bottom line. And I think that the corporate society needs to understand that they've been making their bottom lines and meeting their targets for a number of years off of the society, which are consumers of the products and services. And that it is a responsibility of corporate now to see and facilitate, you know, avenues of production within these communities that they've been, you know, profiting off of now. You know, so production of the talent, production of the culture, because there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of people who are ready, there are a lot of people who are passionate and who have global status and ability, whether it be song. We meet so many people, people, musicians, live painters, artists. Trinidad has a world of talent that is starving. And the thing about it is, in Germany, you know, if you were to just take, if the government or if corporate was just to say 100,000 from 5 companies, that's nothing. That's no money. And you take a collective of artists. You have a comedian. You have some musicians. You have a live band. You have a live painters, live artists, poets, spoken word. Take all of our culture, dancers, package it and fly them. Boom, 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 boom. Set up a nice cultural tour. That's real ambassador and that's real diplomacy right there now. We showing you the best of who Trinidad is and what Trinidad has to offer. We've done it with the steel pan. It's time to do it with a whole culture of people, because there are markets out there for us to tap into, and we need to see culture as an exportable product. You understand? Something that we could export and make money from and make infinite. I mean, we have Netflix, we have Tego, we have so many different buyers of content right now that are thirsting VH1, that are thirsting for Caribbean content.
I think to the and
it's just funding to produce really.
I think you can't put all the responsibility on corporate.
Yeah.
I think our society as well has a part to play in it, because even if you produce or you direct something, a project that you tell yourself know is goal, you understand? You need the support from the public as well.
Yeah, I mean, and even your friends and your family.
Yeah, it goes. We just talking about. We're not just talking about film alone. We're talking about the creative culture of Trinidad and Tobago. On the whole, we need the support of the public, and that, I think, that plays a major role in convincing the corporate as well.
Yeah,
like I've been doing this. I've been doing this so long, selling this product here. Why should I give you 100,000 if I know my thing's still selling?
Yeah,
you know, son. If I know they're going on buy, because really and truly, I honestly believe our people don't buy into personalities now. They would like it. Like let me take me for example. They would like me, but if it is, I was to go on a billboard for, you know, a food company or something. Really and truly, think to yourself, a Trinidadian is not going to buy that food product because I on it. They will buy it if they really like it.
Yeah.
If they really want to eat it, they will buy it. They're not buying it because Rody eating it. No. Or they're not buying it because Marshall, that we say Digicel. They're not buying it because Marshall, you know, is a conscious effort that the corporate will make, that, hey, we want Marshall on board, but it really doesn't, they don't base it on, yeah, boy, we will get more buying from the public. No, Digicel cheap. You know, they have certain plans, so Trinidadians will gravitate to that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So the thing about it too is understanding where creatives and corporate could find that common ground where they both need one another.
Yeah.
Because corporate needs creativity in how they sell, in how they market, right? And even having personalities within creativity is all about the association of the brands. And what I like to call right now, and this is my plead for corporate right now, is to create yourself as a lifestyle brand, and really and truly invest in Trinidadian and Tobagonian culture, and see how basically you could market yourself through the culture, the use of the culture audio-visually. Like, for instance, you know how we just bust a pot. You know, we just go by the river, bust a pot. How much many ingredients that we actively use because we like to use it, because we know if we take this coconut milk from this brand person, it tastes better, because you know your pot that good now, and you know the person busting the pot is have a real hand in it. So we have a lot of culture just in the use of products. We actually make products a part of our lifestyle, and I think it's a place where corporate could understand that, and then give videographers and give actors and give dancers and stuff ability to create, you know, promotional things, or even shows where, or whatever the case is, audio visually, TV shows, whatever, utilizing and incorporating the products into the lifestyle, because that's how we actually live. We actually just drink punching and make music.
You know, a vital part as well in corporate decisions, because I absolutely agree with what you're saying, is the advertising agencies.
Right.
You understand?
Correct.
They are like the middleman in the whole game of linking creatives with corporate now, boy. And they play a very vital role in selling.
What I like about what you said, though, the thing is, for any marketing strategy, you need to have some market research, right? But when you have local entertainers and personalities, like let's take you for example, a lot of your work is based on your observations, you know. So just by being creative, you're already innately doing a lot of market research for yourself. So I think, for sure, I sure creators will have a lot that they could lend this.
Of course, especially in I mean, the kind of analytics that we see with Roddy in his social media, the kind of numbers you see that social media does do, and then just watch how much it is spent on a newspaper ad. $10,000 to put a full page, right? Nearly 10,000. When you could give a creative something, a little couple thousand, let them make something and go and get one of them promotional pages, like his page or Trouble. What Trouble is this? Or LOL or whoever, right? Give them some money and let them promote, or whatever the case is. You're gonna actually reach You could actually have analytics showing you that you're reaching 3 million people. You understand? That you actually reach. People actually see your ad. You don't know. It for sure it can have 1 million people selling, not even giving out. And for sure, people don't check through every single page in the paper, so you don't even know if your ad being seen. You have no way of quantifying, of quantitatively
and even if somebody see an ad,
now.
they still mightn't see it, because when you see a full page ad, the next thing you're going to do is just turn to the next page. You're not really paying attention.
And
to
the
that.
thing about social media is people just watch what they like. And what do people like is actual creativity. They actually like to see, like my boy Nick will shoot something, everybody gaga like, what is that boy? that movie, when that movie come out from? And we just went in a little field.
You should continue though.
Yeah, for sure. That, and the thing is, if we have funding, the thing is like we as creatives have so much to give the world, because creatives have a very important place in society. We teach people about themselves. I was reading Roddy had written down in the office one time about comedy. You were saying how comedy is a way of like what was boy understanding yourself. You know what I mean? Boy, hold on, huh? I think I have it right.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that in the meanwhile, because I've been saying for years now that stand-up comedians are our generation's philosophers. Because the stand-up comedians are the ones that need to observe society and offer their commentary on society, and then you need to do it not just put stuff across, but put stuff across in a way that's entertaining, so people will listen to it, because you don't want to attack anybody while you're saying it.
Correct, that's right.
You want to get them into a frame of mind where they're now receptive to your ideas, and that's why people is watch stand-up comics. Like, anybody could do that job. But I mean, when you watch one of Rudy videos, like, I'll watch his videos and I'll think, well, anyway, I could do that, because that look like a kicks thing. But when I really sit down and think about it, extremely difficult. Just to hit those personalities and do it in a relatable way and make it entertaining.
So this is what is actually written here. I don't know if they can see it. Comedy helps us live with who we are. Tells the truth. It helps us live with who we are. Yeah. Helps us tell the truth and be real with who we are now. And that's so real now. Every time Dave Chappelle said something really important, and they were like, are you humiliated? Like like how do you deal with humiliation? And he was like, every day I'm humiliated. I have a wife. He's like, I have a wife.
That's
all right. So every day I deal with humiliation, and it's like understanding that, you have to be able to be conscious of your faults, accept it, and laugh off of it, and then grow from it. Because I think everybody gets so scientific with life that we're depressed. A lot of these societies depressed because it's like we realize everything we could realize, so we figure we have all the information we could have. We have everything, but everybody depressed because they're no longer connecting with what life really is about now. Emotions, feelings, the ups and downs in life, the stories they're told. Yeah. And we all have stories unfolding and being told, and we are inspired by each other's stories, but only if we know them.
I think too, just as a society on the whole, there's a world statement. Information is so easily accessible now that we question every single thing, right? And when we question every single thing, now we're searching for an answer. Sometimes you might have the correct answer. You would think you had the correct answer, but that's not necessarily the correct answer, because somebody may have posted that, they would read it, and you would think that, hey boy, all right, so you answer my question. But really and truly, I honestly believe in living in a state where, you don't necessarily know everything. I prefer to live like that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people with the perception that they understand the world on the whole and how it operates, but at times you had to kind of sit back and ask yourself, something. I really don't know everything I know. I really don't know every single thing that's going on in the universe.
Yeah, but
I have a whole bag of tricks when we started talking.
But even more important than that, right?
Out, you can understand.
So we have all this information.
Yeah.
We have every question we could think of is being answered. And we're so addicted to information now, we expect every question to have an answer.
Exactly.
Right? But
exactly.
an answer means you don't need anything. You're not going to get anything more from the question. An answer is supposed to be final.
Correct, is right.
And that means
that's our definition of an answer.
Right,
Remember, Eastern philosophy, the Eastern side of the world, thinks a totally different way.
Right. So without getting there, this is what I'm talking about. What most people think, right? But if you follow that line of logic, then the only conclusion you could come to that the only true answer to life is death.
Yeah.
So why are you going in search of that? You know,
I have no idea.
Yeah. So it's not about finding the answers anymore. It's just about understanding where you are, understanding what you could, and accepting that you're not going to know.
Yeah.
You know, I think
a reason why, like John and myself, I mean, since we met, we kind of clicked now.
Yeah.
You know, we have a kind of understanding with each other, and even though people may be searching for answers, plenty times they're searching for answers, and they don't even know. They don't even know themselves.
Yeah, they don't even know what they want.
They don't even know themselves.
And
I was in a position some years ago where, you know, I was real asking questions, you know, questioning God, and when I'm talking about everything, digging up in astrology and numerology and this and that and the other, and talking about 32 degrees and beyond and Illuminati and this and all kind of thing. You understand? And I had to kind of pause and be like, wait, no.
Pause and pull back,
I trying to learn about all these other things, but the internal me, like I'm not taking time to really figure out myself now. Yeah. And for the past year or so, I've been doing a lot of self-searching, you know, taking time, especially to at least, even if it's 10 minutes or even 5 minutes out of the day, you're doing some sort of meditation now, and just being by yourself, being still, and not having to worry about what's going on in the outside world. And I think a lot of people need to get into that kind of practice, focusing on getting to know who you are as a person, you know, and really and truly that will help you along the lines of building confidence in yourself, because if you know yourself, anybody could tell you anything.
Exactly.
Anybody could.
No.
Here is real
thing.
For the weather.
So this
John
is
with the weather report.
So the weather report is A Book of Five Rings is written by Miyamoto Musashi, who is a warrior legend, samurai, Ronin samurai, right? I'll give you a little backstory on him real quick.
So that means he was defeated and didn't commit seppuku?
Yeah, well, basically, I think what I was reading here was that was kind of not like around his time. They stopped that now, as in that's against the law.
Right.
To commit suicide. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have, you know, Ronins who like people who they don't like that now. Like that's who they are. Once they're not fighting, once they're not warriors, that is, they serve their purpose. It's time to leave, because that war they're trained to kill now. Right. So he was a Ronin samurai, which is, you know, he would roam after the wars, and he will, you know, be like you know, like special forces or whoever. I work for hire in a sense now, you know, and fight for different dynasties.
Like whatever. A mercenary.
And yeah, but basically it's kind of like he was never defeated. Okay, as in from small, when you have to throw down our opponent, is kill them, you know?
Right.
So since 13 years old, this man killing opponents, and we talking about whole dojos, as in he taking out whole dojos right up to the master, right? Because that's how it was back in the day. When they challenge you, we challenge you, right? And he taking them out without actual swords. You know? He killing men with the practice sticks, dog. Busting his skull and killing them with the practice sticks, as in to the point where he stopped using blades on the hole, where he would actually fight after killing one of his main opponents with a stick now. Right. And the thing is, he wrote this book when he was like 60 something. You know, he fight and he kill. He understood strategy. He understood success, right? As he took being a warrior as the sword and the pen having a 50-50. As much as he used his blade and he was successful with his blade, he had to now use the pen in the last of his days and document why was he so successful, so that people could learn from that. Now you had to be a warrior. And one of the main things that came to my understanding of a samurai was the resolute acceptance of death, right? And we're talking about death now. And then when you look at yourself, Rudy, at myself, even at yourself, when we decide to do something that we've never done before, and we really decide to achieve our full potential, we must be resolute in accepting the death of our old self. We must accept that we are slaying who we were before, because we need to step into a whole new person, a whole new entity. right? And so basically a warrior had to slay every day. He can't study who he killed before, and he can't study who he going and kill. He just had to do what? Kill.
And he can't study his own death either.
And he can't study his own death. So basically, what let me see it right here is like, if you keep your spirit correct from morning to night, right? Accustomed to the idea of death and resolved on death, and consider yourself as a dead body, thus becoming one with the way of the warrior. You consider yourself as nothing but just the way of what you are meant to be now. Yeah? You pass through life with no possibility of failure and perform your office properly. You understand? So I'll just kind of read that real quick one more time. If you keep your spirit correct from morning till night, you keep your spirit of what you know you are and what you meant to be, right? Accustomed to the idea of death, resolved on death, and let's consider death as your old self. You understand? Who you know you should not be. You understand? And consider yourself as a dead body. As in that who you are. Like, you know, everybody, you always claim on, I am this, I'm that, but you really not sure who you are. You gotta be humble enough to just slay yourself and accept that who you're really supposed to be. It will manifest, you know, and you just have the correct thought form and ideas, and you have to move in that active line towards destiny, right? And it say, thus becoming one with the way of the warrior. You can pass through life with no possibility of failure and perform your office properly. So just in that, it's just like, I watch Rudy as a warrior. I watch you as a warrior. I watch myself as a warrior. The way of the warrior is somebody who know who they are and what they have to do, and they have to resolutely accept death of what they might want or desire, and must be able to be conscious. And the thing about these samurais is they have no line for failure at all, right? In terms of like Rudy. When Rudy is doing a skit, you have no line of failure in terms of doubting yourself in between the skit, because you know what you know. You plan your strategy of success of telling a story for people to feel connected to you, even the angle of how you hold the camera, right? And you have to be so resolute on understanding your way to continue slaying and doing what you're doing that you can't study nothing else. You know, so I just think it's just like it's just so powerful what's happening in the present moment, and people that understand creatives are an expression of what the universe is trying to tell us. So we must listen to them. We must listen to what they're saying, because they are the ones looking at all the pictures of society and deciding to create and tell a story and mirror it back to society. So society needs to respect that, because when you go to America, Canada, people like Rudy, they will watch you like gods, you know. They will freaking worship the ground in front of you if you started dancing in a club the way we just dance down here, where people just screw up their face. Oh, them so happy. Oh, them dancing so, but oh, you so happy, so boy. You know what I mean? When really and truly, if you go out there and people see that, they appreciate that, because they're not accustomed to that level of expression and creation, you know, in a human being. So it's inspiring to people. So why don't we
accept or appreciate that?
Because everybody has so much talent that we all dick measuring, literally, though. Literally, everybody's like, I have a couple more inches on you, you know. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm funnier than he, you know. Like, he funnier, but I feel like funnier than he. You know? But they will watch everything what you're doing. But you're not doing it. But they're not doing it, though. That's the funny thing about Trinis. They're not doing it, you know. But because they're so talented and they're so capable, they can do it. And they will do it if they really felt like doing it. But because of all of that knowledge of their God self, guess what we just do? Nothing. We just go online, drink, party, and talk about what we could do. Facts.
I think here, especially when you're in the limelight a lot and people know your face, Trini is a place where if you get ahead of yourself, they will crack your back down to size.
Yeah, definitely.
They will crack your back down to size. So
break your right back
being especially living here, because of the difference to being a public figure and popular in I just talking about Trinidad for now, and not living here. You know, you could always come and go back out. You know, and you're living a totally different lifestyle here. But like me, who are to go buy Chinese grocery to buy Pampers, you know, and buy milk and things for my daughter. Trinidad people just keep you humble.
True.
Yeah, they will pull you up. They won't cuss you out or anything, you know. They will feel it in the aura alone, boy. So, and ever since I've been doing this, I just get pure unconditional love from Trinidadians, boy. And just unconditional love, not in the sense that if you have a show, they will come and they will spend
pay them money.
$250. No, just pure unconditional love. When you see them, you know, my
Yeah.
God, keep doing what you're doing. God bless you, boy.
God
Ting,
bless
ting,
you,
ting. You know,
Yeah.
that kind
And
of love I talking
that
about.
better than paying for a
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Because,
So
you know, yeah.
So there's really keep you in a kind of humble space, and just for you to feel appreciated, and you know what I mean.
I think what we need now is for people to start paying for these shows.
Yeah,
start financially supporting our artists.
you know what I'm saying?
Trinidadians, we are supporting you. Yeah, supporting you, boy.
Yeah.
And they
I
come
see a
to
video.
they come to the event. I remember I had an event for my birthday, a roast.
Yeah.
First time we did a roast
Right.
in Trinidad. We had a nice panel, comedians, Kivo, Simi.
Who y'all roasting?
Sorry?
Who were y'all roasting?
He was getting roast.
Oh, you was getting roasted.
It was my birthday. It was my birthday, and we decided to do a roast. So we invited some comedians and some local entertainers like Jaiga and Nikki Crosby, Fingal. A real nice cast. And you know, I think, boy, I didn't have no committee, so we were just doing our thing on our own. You know, my
Niche.
my thing real small. My people who you know. Yeah, so. And our partner might say, yeah, boy, thing I supporting you, boy, that way. Oh, yes, I'm coming wrong there, thing. I say, all right, cool, blah. When I reach wrong, he calling me. Oh, outside, boy. Like, well, all right, well, organize what you don't come upstairs. So, I mean, I'm going to come there for me by the door. I said, I come, bro. I told you, say support me.
I thought so.
He's supporting is him coming and spending money on. The t-shirt is $500. The jeans is $1,500. The shoes is $2,500. You understand?
But I spend $250 on the event that you're going to. Yeah, I want to spend the money for the event.
He washed down the can thing.
He washed down the car.
And the event is $100. And they're asking for a comp. Where you go do?
Come now, man.
Where you go do?
Come now, Trinidad.
Where you go do?
Man.
Don't worry, bro. Talk to my sister and she organize, right? What you gonna do? You can't do that.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm supporting you all 100. Just make sure I have my comp ready.
Yeah. Nah, but I think right now is really and truly understanding. You see, there's a war, and we had to admit it. Everybody know is a warfare going on between positive and negative on all times and all fronts. In politics, in spirituality, even when you're trying to buy a doubles horse, you know somebody pushing in front of you and tell, hey, watch now, I want mine before I was here before him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I ask for slide too.
I like what you say a little early on when you say don't shy away from the negatives, no boy. A lot of people tend to want to shy away from the negatives, and you have to embrace both sides.
You have to,
because that's the only way you'll create balance in your life. You understand? I mean, for me personally, my negatives just real push me, boy. Like when I see where I'm going wrong, you know, especially, yeah, boy, that does real pull me.
Because ignoring a problem never solves it. You know?
Never.
You need to see the problem and be honest with it.
You know what people don't understand? The power of exponential returns now. If you are doing something that's wrong, okay, so the first thing you do, you wake up and you go on your phone one time, and when you check it, everybody know, you say, wait, boy, I spent a whole hour on my phone. First, as I wake up in the morning, I don't even look at life and thank God.
I just call the phone the one-eye monster.
Yeah, that's the one-eye monster for sure. Right? So you don't even do that. You know what I mean? It's like, but you need to have a new appreciation on life. And as I say, well, right now, if it is we have that power as entertainers to paint perception and to tell our story, and you know, right now we getting corporate. We actually are getting corporate to buy into us. It's a slow process, but it's happening, and it's gonna be exponential. And my point about exponential is if you take one thing that you do wrong, right, and you just stop doing that, it's gonna exponentially affect your life. So, for instance, if you know you just drink with too much sugar in your coffee, right? And you say, I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of sugar out of my coffee. You know how much sugar you just removed from your entire life for the next 5 years? You just removed from going into your body. You understand? So, as simple as, and this is an advice I have for everybody, right? Rudy and all, you've been telling me, yo, at the end of the day, you realize as men, you're in your 20s, look, the early bird catches the worm. Wake up with the sun. Rise with the sun. Rise before the sun. Wake up, do some prayer. Do a meditation, breathe, just understand life around you and work out and pray at the same time, whoever the hell you pray to. But guess what? Wake up before the sun and just do, even if it is you just wake up and you just do 10 push-ups. And while you're doing push-ups, you say one little prayer or affirmation about what you want for the day. You know, what you're thankful for. That's going to exponentially change your whole perspective on life because your entire day is run different. And I facts. Many days I'll wake up after and you wake up and you just go into this run, hit the ground running mode. We don't stop. You know, in Japan, they just stop. The first thing you just do, you drink a little cup of glass as you wake up. You don't even know your body, your organs crying for a little something. We don't get them nothing. We get it coffee. You understand? And we hitting the ground running. You know, and when we really check it, if we took that 1 hour that we be on our phone first thing as we wake up and make that hour my hour, you know, we could really go places. You know what I'm saying? So being an entertainer is a lot of discipline. It's a lot of discipline, and we also had to tell our story and paint our message. I
think being committed to anything.
Yeah, in
being
anything.
Committed to anything is real self-discipline. Huh?
Yeah, because if you're committed, that means you have to do a lot of work with no promise of returns.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the time with getting no returns for a lot of the work you already did, you know, go out there and still do even more work, you know. But I like what you said about supporting the artist, you know, because I know, last time I went to see John play, that was for Tricanal 25th anniversary thing, right? I mean, I thought I was getting a comp too, you know, it was only after a while I was like, you know.
You get brother come boy with that.
You know, like that's what I was thinking, but then after a while I was like, wait, what are you really doing? It's like $40 to go inside.
Yeah, like $40.
I really don't have a 40 to spend to go.
Come on.
So even I fall victim to that sometimes. You know, it's good that corporate coming in now and giving you support.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but they ain't giving no support without watching their bottom line, though.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, they have to.
They have to. And so as artists, everybody's bottom line.
What I seen is that you're right. We really have to start giving some financial support. So I can't just say, I like really, why really not getting the kind of support again, boy, and then I not going on supporting you. You know?
Yeah. You're not entitled. I think it's a
a
feeling of entitlement too, where people feel we really like free thing. We really like free thing so much that we feel free thing is actually free. Nothing is
slavery
free.
days when the slavery days in the West Indies, especially in Tobago and stuff.
Yeah.
The slaves used to walk side by side with the slave master, you know, and have on shades and thing and say, master, what we doing today, you know. In other places it was never like that. So we have that sense of entitlement. Of course. It is definitely there. You know what I mean? Because that's our aura, that's our personality.
Yeah,
and I kind of appreciate it in a way.
I
appreciate it in a way.
I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
You know why? Because in a funny way, people go watch it like, all right, okay, cool. So slave master, the slave, all of this thing is bad, right? Yeah, we all know slavery is very, very horrible, right? But somehow in Trinidad and Tobago, we make it somehow like, this part of our life, let me get shades now, master, let me get a chain now, give me something.
Yeah, but that's how
we go and get on swanky with it. We are Kanbuli riots. Our riot was creative. Our riot was dressing up and masquerading and making fun of the massa. You understand?
The massa used to let us do it.
The massa used to let us, but that revelry was a cause for change. That was a real spark and a catalyst for massa or people oppressing, understanding that the people who you're oppressing giving to you in your life, they're entertaining you, so it makes sense to get them back. Right. And that's what corporate had to understand with society too and community, that it actually makes sense.
We still giving back to the slave master is for us to learn how to give back to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, your peers that are wronged you, you know, that probably going through the same thing they're going through, but you know, we're trying to do our thing, our way. It's for us to start to support ourselves. Is the slaves supporting the slaves?
Yeah, that's what we have to start doing instead of asking, a next slave for a comp to get into the show.
The slave master's still winning. In a way.
For real. And the thing is like,
no, but the more support you get is the more that you will end up winning. In the end, you know, we had to build that pie for you to get a piece of it.
Yeah, I like how Kanye say about slavery, you know, and we talking slavery here. And people go think it's either a kick or a serious thing, whatever the case is. At the end of the day, the slavery is mental. 100%.
Yeah, well,
mental. No matter all the bombardment, no matter all the everything, obviously, Babylon system, you don't know Rastafari is everything, you know, Irie. But at the end of the day, slavery is really in your mind. Even when it was slavery here, you as a slave could have decided, hey, what's going on there, fellas? I ain't taking this shit, you know. I'm not taking this shit. jungle motherfucker. Go up in the hills and plant, but people still chose to, even though, you know what I mean? If you really felt you was not meant to be a slave in this life, you was not going to be a slave.
Correct.
No, the thing is, they have a lot of people made that choice and they paid the ultimate price for it, and that was the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people decided they weren't meant for slavery and they ended up dying.
It's the same thing with that you was talking about.
Yeah, you know,
so you have to have a resolute acceptance that you could friggin' die.
But that's
doing what you're doing.
Long time that's one, and you know, a nigger. So say that word only thing, right?
Say whatever.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
A nigger.
You could say it.
A nigger was the one who is just conformed to every single thing the slave master said. That is where the word nigger comes from. You know?
Okay.
Nigger is the one who, if the slave master say, bend down and suck your toe, he bend down and suck your toe.
That's a nigger.
Yeah, that's a nigger. He gonna do anything you tell him to do.
Anything you tell him. And here you have black people telling each other, "Some my nigger."
Yeah.
All the time. You know
that's
my nigga.
You kind of give words its meaning when you say it. So I guess they know.
They
know what I mean when they
Of course they give it its a new meaning, a new entitlement, and Tupac make it never ignorant, goals getting achieving. That's what Tupac make, nigga. Amazing, you understand? It's all about being able to, and that's the power of the 69. That's the power of the yin and yang. That's the power of applying Eastern philosophy with Western understandings of life. We's a real hotspot of how we just live in the West. We just party, wine, flex, do all kind of thing, make music, all kind of stuff that you will never get in Europe, you would never get in China, you would never get the kind of shit what is we happen on the side over there. But at the same time, they have a certain level of wisdom, a certain means of living and understanding our life that we who just like to live a certain way need to understand, and it have to do a lot with like moderation. You understand? So I just find both ways and everything. It always have a 6-9 flip. The good have the bad. The supreme white have a little nasty dipper black that holding it in a balance, and the supreme black or quote unquote negative, right, have a little blipper of white that will hold it in perfect balance. You could find the greatest gems from the worst places that just produce the worst people. And you can find the worst people in the places.
One thing I really like about that word is how much the meaning has changed. Well, by the people that say it, right? Yeah. Because they took this word that literally meant everything bad about them. Yeah. And now they've turned it into a word of endearment.
Where the white man want to call the white man a nigga. That's a friggin' flip. That's a flip.
And that's the kind of power that they have.
That's the kind of power.
And that's what I think. This is the kind of power that we have right now as Trinidadians, as the people, the honest people that feel like we kind of powerless, the people that struggling right now, we have this kind of power to turn a lot of our negatives into positive, as long as we could just get that collective. That's all we need, just that collective.
Yep. Definitely.
And that's how comedy is a strong part of that, because when you do good comedy is supposed to just break those barriers.
Yeah.
And then you see but wait no. But I laughed at this and he laughed at this too.
Yeah.
But like he going through the same experiences as me. And then that's when you realize, well, maybe you're not really that different. They have some different cultures, some different ideas, but at the end of the day, they have something that tying us together, and nobody really know what it is, but something definitely there.
We all saying the same thing. We all saying, peace, love, enlightenment, togetherness, growing, building. Anybody who's a real human being, who really living, would say those things. Anybody who's on the side of, nah, we had to kill them, nah, them had to die, nah, that's one side of things. But to me, progression and life, there's nothing greater than the light. You could never walk in a room with a light and the darkness overcome the light. But you could walk into a room of darkness and overcome the darkness with light. Yeah. You understand? So we always have to look at us as human beings innately are positive. Most of us are positive, and I don't know who said this, but I remember hearing this someplace. 100% of misery in this world is man-made. We create this misery. We create everything bad in the world. Other than that, everything, nature is perfect zen.
So we're responsible. When you sum it up, the amount of living things on the earth, human beings are 0.01%. We make up 0.01% of living things on the earth, and we destroy 85% of the things on the earth.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Full extinct, killing out, full. And it's like aliens too. Like, I believe in aliens. Some people might believe in it. I don't give a shit. But people has watched this whole concept, a Hollywood concept, aliens.
Greetings, John.
Greetings, John.
We are interrupting the podcast to bring you this brief message.
Where is the weather report?
Well, today we got blue skies, and we got crystal clear waters, and we got nice booty in the waters. So it's perfect for aliens.
Oh my god, I love booties.
Especially from astrology.
Oh my
Leo.
gosh, I love booties. John, are you... Can I park this UFO at Maracas Beach?
But I wish we reach that point. But most people watch this whole aliens thing. People, when you look at people, is watch like.
Oh, there's already conversation going now. Aliens. All right, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I mean.
Wait, that's very rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean.
We must shades, boy. Let me get my shades.
Let me get into this properly. Let me get into
Get
this
my men in
properly.
black shades.
All right, John. Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Right. So people just watch aliens like they come in to destroy the earth. We come in to kill everybody and enslave and more. And when you really study it, right? Okay, cool. For an entity, so just as human beings, for us to reach to another planet, let me say we don't know where human beings reach. From where I hear you could go through, you could somehow go through a black hole and end up on the next side by a star out there, and you could actually get through. I don't know.
I think that was Interstellar.
That's complete. yeah, that's probably Interstellar. But the whole point is like if we had to reach another constellation millions of light years away, which is impossible, somehow we reach that. We had to have a very high level of intelligence, and you don't need to have a super high level of intelligence to know that life is something that you're allowed to live. You understand? So if some entity come millions of light years here, they ain't come in with no primitive mindset of, all right, let me kill everything. You understand? Because it's like,
never thought about that.
Yeah, it's like, why would you come all the way here to kill something?
Because you want to take over the earth.
You want to take over the earth.
Yeah, I
planet,
find. I mean, that's all caught up in movies and things.
Yeah, because
You know,
I
That's the
definitely
perception
sure
that we
my third form teacher was an alien. Sure.
Well,
100% dog.
I think
I'm telling you,
aliens,
dog.
aliens already here. They live amongst us.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
You
bro.
know, if you have to
That's
believe
Miss
in it.
Matura. Miss Matura.
Yeah, boy. I don't
Miss
know.
Matura, you know Miss Matura.
She, you know,
Miss
she
Matura,
feel like
what school is that?
St.
St.
Xavier's.
Xavier's
Miss
house.
Matura, she was the dean of discipline. John know that very well. Because
Yeah.
John used to get
Yeah, licks.
disciplined every day.
She used to hit me horse. I swear she had 4 hands. So
And then she walked
Yeah,
off
look
slow.
around there,
And then
it's
she walked
one
off
hand,
slow.
it's
She
one
have
hand, yeah.
arthritis. in,
Yeah,
like,
she
every
walking
joint.
off slow, But when she bend over there, so and then look what she one hand with one stick. You bend Nah, you had it. You had it.
He stick 47.
Yeah, no,
He
no,
stick
no.
47.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I had some weird teachers in my days too. But I had a real weird teacher called Mr. Haywood in Roshi Boys.
Wow, that's a
Get a
horrible.
long-
That's a horrible name to
Yeah,
have.
but he
you
had
know?
a long fingernail, so all like fingernail. And them days corporal punishment didn't get banned yet.
Right,
We went to
right,
school
right.
when corporal punishment was still around. Yeah,
Yeah, we was getting licks. We was getting licks for sure. Yeah.
Go
Love
over
getting
with pin your tail, eh? But they banned corporal punishment. What do you think about banning corporal punishment, boy?
Nah, they need it. In some cases,
Yeah.
right? If there is a right way and a wrong way to do it, right? The way that they did it in our primary school was the right way, at least for me. I think John probably used to get abused every now and then.
Yeah.
But you see, I remember once I got sent to the principal office, right? Because of her kicks, I slapped this child in his face, but I had dirt on my hand and
Right.
his face off. So my hand print
Baz.
out. Yeah, like every finger
Yeah.
print out in
Yeah.
red, right? So I'm at the principal office. So the principal now, I see the principal, that's nice and neat, pull out this drawer. It's like just a flat drawer you might have for like a keyboard or maybe
yeah,
files or
right,
something.
right.
There's Sister Henry office.
Oh,
Pull it
good.
out.
A
and
nun,
you
eh?
see-
This
yeah.
is a nun, no?
Yeah, a nun.
Them
A
don't
nun.
play with discipline.
Yeah, watch now.
Wow.
You see all the belts lined up,
Yeah.
depending on what you do, and it have like the kind of plasticky belt.
I
it have
swear
the
it's
thin
Harry
fake
Potter.
leather belt. It have the real leather belt. It have the hard leather belt, and then it have the hard leather belt with metal studs on
Yeah,
it.
dog. With the
What?
stuff.
And when you see she pulled that out,
What
for
kind
you,
of 50 Shades
you
Grey?
can just start to cry, dog.
I don't know, dog.
I
What kind
got
of 50
that
Shades
was-
Grey nun is that?
That was the one day I get hit with that belt to the metal studs.
And that was the another at your level.
I never lay my hand on.
I
somebody
never
else
watch
again.
her none the same way again, us. I never watch her none the same way again.
Nah,
You
boy,
know,
that
people
was-
is people. You know, people is watch. You know, people is real ignorant. People go be like they see a Muslim with a hijab on and be like, nah, boy, you have a AK-47 on it, you know. Watch now, you go watch them nuns and they go think the same thing, horse. They hear them nuns watch it. That kind of look like a packing.
No, but the thing
like
is,
the packing.
the thing is, in our school, they used to make you understand why you're getting licks.
Yeah.
So at the end is like, at the end of the negotiation, you're like, yes. Yes, ma'am. I believe I deserve 3 to 5
yeah.
licks.
I understand.
After they beat you, after they beat you, they point you to sit down on your ass. That done so already.
Yeah.
Sit down and tell me where you feel it went wrong.
No, and then when you're done, you had to tell them thank you for
You have
disciplining
to
you.
tell them thank
You have
you.
to say, thank you, Sister
Thank you,
Marie.
Sister
You're
Anne.
kidding.
Thank
No,
you so
I'm
much.
serious. You had to tell the child sorry, and you had to tell the non thanks.
It was
for
it
disciplining you.
wasn't like that in Rougie Boys, eh? It was take your cutters and go back in class and sit down. And hush your mouth. Hush ya. Hey! Yeah. You want more legs? Shit. Talking in my fucking class.
Yeah, no, that is school for sure.
Yeah, for real.
That is
We had a teacher that used to look like Basil Pandey, though. I know you know which teacher
Yeah.
you're talking about. Miss Lee.
Miss Lee.
I swear for
Is a miss by the way.
Yeah.
She had the pandy, yes. She had the whole everything
the same
on.
white hair.
Same white hair.
Same voice.
Part to the side. Same voice.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my God. I tell you, this is what I love about my country, you know, my life. And
Yeah.
dog, we have so much
Too much
personalities,
characters,
so
bro.
much characters. I
Yeah,
just be like,
for
horse.
real.
Hey, how it have 4K cameras on phones and thing now, horse. I want shit to be real, a super creative revolution to start where people making fucking movie
Yeah.
and freaking skit and thing in everything because
Yeah, that's why
everybody's
I love the
personalities,
fact
dog.
that we're starting to take ourselves seriously, especially in the comedy sphere right now.
Yeah.
Because
I think we
find-
now becoming a real like Trinidad. You know, people say Trinidad is not a real place, but we only saying that now because we now recognizing that we really acting like we's not a real place.
No, Trinidad is a real place.
It's
It is
it's such a real place
like
that
nowhere
it's like
else.
it's such a real place and such like as you say, 2 out of every $3 the government make disappeared. Literally. They have facts to show you 2 out of $3 disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, quick plug.
Trinidad's not a real place. Full stop.
AfroRaymond.net. Check that out. AfroRaymond. He's the guy that do
You want to
all
know
this
everything
work
what's going
with,
on in Trinidad? Really and truly, check it out.
I saw
Check
this
it
guy
out.
did a documentary on one of the ships on them, the boats on them that do the ferry. One of them had disappeared some years ago, and they sent out a report on the paper saying that they got so much money fed, blah, 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 and this guy was convinced that they were lying. Right, and he went
Wait.
and they had this act of freedom of information
Yeah,
that
the
he went
freedom of
and he got
information.
right.
That's probably the same
And
guy.
he went and tracked down. I watched him. It was amazing. He went
Is
Greece.
that kind of old guy?
He wasn't that old.
Look like 60 or something.
He probably only 50s, early 50s. He looked like. I can't remember his name.
Probably.
Right,
probably
He did
back
a
in the day.
full documentary and tracked down the boat, doing a ferry somewhere in Greece. If you see the boat,
That's the panorama.
the panorama.
You must have
Oh
the
my
Panorama.
God.
If you see
Where
the
the
panorama,
went,
the panorama just leave and go.
It just disappeared. Oh.
Yeah, and they say they got a certain amount of money for it, 400
Panorama
something
working.
thousand or some kind of thing. So, bro, if you see that thing, if you see
It's
Panorama,
a fresh boat, then.
I feel I was overjoyed when I saw her.
Yeah.
I said,
yeah,
Panorama
yeah,
girl,
yeah.
yeah, girl,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
good
looking
hands,
good, you're
girl, in
looking
good
good,
hands,
you're
because
looking good, you're
really
looking
and truly here, from buildings to anything that we venture into project-wise,
Yeah.
we have a serious issue with maintenance.
Yeah, it's
We have a serious
one
maintenance
set
issue.
up bubble.
We love nice
everywhere,
thing.
dog.
We love nice thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow,
We buy it
I
nice.
love
We
it.
buy it nice.
But time to maintain, we don't know how to maintain it, and it's only things here that probably on a lease, or the Chinese probably own it or something. It's
Yeah,
things that they
yeah.
will take care of.
Yeah.
You understand?
And the
Because
thing
we ain't
about
not
it
in
too-
control of it.
The thing about it too is come down to our laziness, a real lazy factor. And really and truly, when you look at our country and the state it's in, it's really a lazy factor. Even for the people who thieving all the blasted money, all they go drive around Trinidad still same way and say and like it, looking like shit.
No, because they're using the priority bus route. They're not driving around Trinidad.
That
the
the
same way
priority
as-
bus should still look like
Then the
shit.
tinted glass and then
Exactly.
It looks
see nothing.
like shit. All right, I don't like my country looking like shit. At least if I take in real money, right? If I have in real money, dog, I know I drive in the work. I go and spend some money there and make that because I know I taking all the money. Anyway, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
thing
no.
is money is not the problem because we had 3 billion to give to Sandals, right? So money isn't the problem.
Yeah.
The expertise
Money
is
is
not the
definitely
problem
not the
because
problem.
we offering courses, master's degree
Yeah,
in
we have
building maintenance and
have
stuff,
an
right?
educated
people-
populace.
Correct.
Trinidad
That's
is a
right.
very
We're highly
educated, highly educated
Now be real
populace.
bright, boy.
You have,
We need
you
to
have
get
people
to
that-
work.
You have people that are unemployed that begging for work and they working hard.
Correct,
because where
right.
I working, the kind of work these people putting on, I get vexed anytime somebody tell me Trini's lazy.
Yeah.
Because I see these fellas working from 7 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. I might have like a Coke and a cigarette for lunch, and they working non-stop. Hot sun, no shade. Just a bottle of water, you know? So nobody could watch me and tell me Trini's lazy, because I know they lying. Yeah, so why it is we still the way we are, you know? We have everything we need. We have everything we need right there.
I think personally, it's really chaos, right? Is that we have a lot of chaos in our country. We don't have a really order. You always have chaos where there's no order, and you will never have chaos where you have order. You'll have order now. You know what I mean? And chaos is always lead back to order in terms of when shit hit the fan, people then we try to organize things back out, no matter how long it takes. But the thing is we are not an organized society. As a society, now they have social groups in society that are very organized. Like the Indian community, they have a lot of people in that community very organized. In the Syrian community, very organized. Even in the gospel community, the gospel every corner now it have a Chinese shop, and above the Chinese have a gospel church. For sure, our gospel ministries.
The following of gospel ministries growing while
it's very organized,
right?
Because they're actually organizing, understanding their resolute acceptance of that as well. If I am to be a gospel person, I go be that, and I go inspire all these people, and that's a real good sign to see. That's what I like to see. I mean, things like that now, but it just shows me we need to No, and it's not, because it's just like a creative person. If you're going to pay 15% tithes to the church, and the pastor taking the money, come on. The pastor had the money. Pastor was big. We're not fighting it out.
How dare you, John? How dare you say that about me, John?
$1, all them pastors them having big spreads. I not vex with all for that, because why? You're inspiring people's lives. You probably change thousands of people's lives and make so much money just by speaking to people. So I can't judge you for making all that money, because to me you working and you're getting rewards for it. But it's the same thing with creative people, and people have to understand and say, well, I'm willing to pay money because this person is enlightening me right now, or this person making me laugh right now, or this person singing for me right now.
One thing I have to say against that is all that is well and good. But what about the pastors that are taking advantage of their following? I remember a day, right? I traveling home from school. It had this old lady sitting down in front of me. I over here talking on the phone, right?
Nah, it has someone and pastors for sure.
Yeah, no, she was saying
you know what kind of commandments it is live by?
The old day.
She was saying she was giving money to this church. I was talking to Nisa granddaughter or something. She giving money to this church for years now. And every day she come in. I know she lost her job, so she need a little money to help out. It's like, she went and asked the she used to work in the ministry too, right? She used to work in the ministry.
Work in the ministry, yeah.
Yeah, without pay like kind of thing.
Without pay.
So she asked the pastor, well, let me get a little something to help me out make the rent now.
Yeah.
Because I'll lose my job. He's like, wait, you lose your job? So you can't afford to pay to be part of this ministry anymore?
Nope.
And now was a show to the ministry.
Heaven's door is closed to you this month, darling.
Yeah. This woman gave out her time, and that's not she can't pay anymore. It's
that is the outside.
Yeah. We will consider your application when you get.
It's a business at the end of the day too.
Business,
religion is a business.
Yeah, spirituality is for free. Spirituality is love.
Spirituality. I was listening to this one. Was in Guru name again?
Sadhguru, dog.
Sadhguru.
People check him out on Sadhguru.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yo, tell him the story of how he became a guru in a sense.
I don't want to make it too long, but he was a businessman. A very successful businessman.
Yeah, everything he wanted.
Is the guy from India?
Yes, he is. Yes,
he real balance,
right? So
is the one that's hold all the yoga classes and thing?
He's hold all the yogic talks, and he's
I know it had some guy that was saying some woman had come out saying how he had molested him or something, and he said
definitely not him. Definitely not him.
Because that guy was like, and I would molest women.
No.
Pay $1 million for one drop of my sperm. I molest them.
Wait.
That was his argument against it.
No, wow. I don't think that's
really ignorant, bro.
Alright, so not that one.
No, that's not Sadhguru. That's not Sadhguru. You go post Sadhguru.
We not post Sadhguru.
New segment. That had nothing to do with it. Different guy.
But he his long story short, he was a businessman. He was very successful. He decided to take 3 days off from work. He went to this open acre land, and he just sat. He used to meditate a lot as well. And he sat there, meditating, closed his eyes for a little bit, and this feeling just came over him now. where all his pores opened up. He started to sweat a lot, and literally say he could have feel, taste, smell every single thing wrong him, from the flowers to the insects to the breeze to the sun to the sky. The universe was like literally
one. He was like
one
yoga,
with him.
and that's what yoga means,
right?
Eh? Yoga means understanding oneness.
Yeah, correct. So when that moment came over him, he didn't know what to do. So he just sat there and then he started to cry. And after a while, he opened his eyes, and it was just a whole flood of people around him, right? Putting flowers on him, bowing to him, all the different things. We couldn't understand what was going on. So, you know how you sit when you're meditating, you fold your legs and stuff like that. So, the man's story real amazing, boy.
It really ridiculous.
So he just went, sit down, and when he opened his eyes, he
a flood of people.
Yeah, he had a whole flood of people around him. But when he asked, well, how long I was sitting down here for?
Yeah, how long?
He was sitting down there for 30 days, you know. And didn't even realize that he was sitting there for 30 days. His legs, his knees were locked, and they had to put warm water with a cloth and sap him down. And literally help him take out his legs. You know, just sit down. I mean, the only other person I know fast for back in that period of time was Jesus. You know, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
And who's the guy who used to fast against the government?
Kublai Singh.
Kublai Singh.
How much he make again? What days he make?
I think he set a record, but I think they say he was sneaking doubles on the side. I don't know. I talking shit.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he ain't look like he was eating.
No, but apparently somebody say he set a Guinness World Record, but unconfirmed.
Serious?
Well, when they look at the amount of days he fast, they say if he had actually do it without food, well, it have to be without food and water, because the record for doing it without food was almost a year.
Wow.
Yeah, that was some Scottish guy that was overweight, and they decided to use him to study the effects of long-term fasting. So he just literally ate nothing for an entire year. And somewhere like around the 8 or 9 month mark, they started giving him like just some tablets, you know, to replenish some of the micronutrients and stuff, because he was morbidly obese. And he said like he was maybe had a couple of years to live with the state he was in, and he lost all the weight and ended up living to the ripe old age of like 56 or something, which was normal for that time in Ireland apparently.
Okay, so it's like they just die at 56. That was real drink or something. Like they live is probably.
I don't know. Well, remember,
Happy birthday.
Life expectancy was shorter back then, I guess, because that was in the 70s or something.
Yeah, but Sadhguru, right? So basically, so he was sitting down for all them days. And when he got up, it's like, you know, and ever since then he's been like, you know, going around the world and just doing talks about yoga and really about the philosophy. Right, and I think human beings really and truly really need to get into, and that's why I love these TED Talks and TED.com and stuff for, is that they're really getting into human beings understanding our power of intelligence, you know, and the power to philosophize and to then do action. Like wisdom, knowledge is just knowing. You have plenty info that you just know, but if you don't apply it, you're a fool.
Yeah, and if you don't understand it,
it, you're even more of a fool. You just have a whole database for no reason. But what the application of knowledge is called wisdom. So in Hindu philosophy, and that's why people in China, as we watch it, well, why the Indian and them so rich and them bidding up and is because their philosophy from since birth is a certain way that they have never let go of. However, black people, when they come here, they all right. If there was a Orisha, Yoruba, whatever, they kill you, boom, 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 boom. Take some Jesus Christ, take some Bible and thing. There's a new God now, whatever the case is. So black people still striving back for that. But what Sadhguru does is basically, and is the beauty of Hinduism to me, because I've went for the first time in my whole life, you know, 2 years ago I went to, and I've missed it since. I go to the Indian fair, right? If you can help me, what's the name? Anyway,
Expo?
Yeah, no, not the expo.
No, you're talking about
the Wali Nagar.
Right.
Actual spiritual festival grounds.
You have been there
where they have
times.
all the information and you go inside there, and I read every single poster, every single pamphlet. I went inside there days every year. I just go and just read everything all inside there, and I was like, I just come out of there and be like, wow. I just get all the guidance I need for the next year, like for sure. Because their understanding is so philosophical now. It's not like you have to do this and do this. It's more like, think about it this way. A banyan tree, right? So one of their sacred trees is a banyan tree. A tree that essentially never dies because it's always laying its roots. It's branches lays roots. You understand? So and that's the concept of Hinduism, where they want to how they perpetuate Hinduism, that it's so real. It's a life form. It's like an energy that lays roots, and because it's truth. You understand? What they're saying is truth. And what he was saying is like, and how they speak. For instance, he was saying, you know, the human being and a chimpanzee is, guess how far off our DNA is from that?
It's like 98 or 99% similar.
Yeah, it's 1.38 something percent difference, right? Of us and a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
But in intelligence, though, how far are we different? Vast difference. And what he's saying is that we have this super intelligent organism and mechanism, that our spiritual energy, that we are in, that we possess. But if we do not, like, we don't work on the intelligence factor, it's like we have too much intelligence that we could be capable of. So a poor person and a rich person have the same brain, you know. And they have people from the poor who just do amazing things. You know what I mean? When you look at even migrants, people that do like Tesla and all these different people, you know, where they come from and where they start and who they really are in terms of how society actually developed. You realize that, wait, hold on. We're all the same, and it's really about your application of your intelligence, your application of wisdom, your will to keep sharpening that tool. Intelligence is a tool, and it's a tool that could go against you and work backwards. And I believe a lot of mental health issues is because people, when you have this supercomputer that calculating for how much ever billion bits of information per second, and you're not directing it anywhere and doing anything with it, you're going to get crazy, literally. Emotion. You're just going to be emotional or impulsive, and that is where a lot of mental issues is when people are impulsive and they respond to things like without like cognitive thought now. And even when you look at it, like, everybody to me they seem crazy now because people that's not making sense. As Jalila say, common sense supposed to mean that it common, ain't? But how common sense could be common? Common sense, if it's not even common itself, then it's no longer common sense.
Yeah, that's why I say common sense is commonly used, not
commonly used. Is not common.
It's supposed to be something that you use for everything, but it's not something that everybody
Book
has.
sense
you know?
common now.
Yeah. So it come like just waking up in the morning and
Google
drinking
sense.
some water as soon as you wake up. Yeah, Google sense. But you know, it's that's the kind of, that's where we reach now as a human, as people. And the thing about Hinduism and what I love about the philosophy, and then when you look, I really delve deep into spirituality, and it gives me a new appreciation for life. You know, with Yoruba and Orisha, and even when you go deep into these real more organic Wiccanry and all these real organic kind of quote unquote religions or spiritual sciences, you know, these ancient things, you kind of realize, wow, it's a real poetic understanding of life that they have.
Buddhism too.
Very poetic, where it's nothing more than just an understanding of nature and observing how nature does operate, and then you doing things with nature and interacting with what nature is, and then realizing how you could use it like a science. So like now people on The Secret and the law of attraction and, you know, their chakras and all these things, you know, is it all of this come from human beings' intelligence when they didn't have no cell phones or nothing, using their intelligence to just see how things work and then make a better life for themselves now.
And you see, I find the amazing thing about Hinduism and a lot of those religions as well, right, is that I believe they came across an understanding for ideas that they didn't really know about as yet, you know, because how many people could go and look back at, you know, look at the Vedas or look at, you know, one of these religious texts and see what they say, and they could apply it to their life, and they realize that, you know, they're saying things that are true even today, 2,000 years later.
Because
but said in more flowerful
Yeah.
language. You know, so it's like they had this truth, but they didn't have the intelligence. So it's like we're more intelligent now, but we lost a lot of the truth with that intelligence.
Well,
you know?
I actually I wouldn't say that. I think we're more technologically advanced now, but I would actually say that we backtrack in intelligence.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is that we have more hard knowledge, so we have more information and we have more definitions for ideas.
Yeah,
but
because we evolve over
understand
time.
it. Yeah, we don't understand it any better than they did. Like they understood these ideas, but they didn't have words for it. So that's why their language was so flowery, and they had to use so many, you know, euphemisms and metaphors because they just didn't have a way to explain it. We developed these ways to explain it now, but our understanding, in a lot of ways, as you say, has regressed a bit. You know, because we're so bombarded by pointless information. Like you could scroll through Facebook for 10 hours and not learn one shit.
Well, as I see, like, okay, if you look at the Egyptian tablets, the emerald tablets written by Thoth the Great, he was described as none came before him, none came after him. So he is like an example of an ancient alien, and he just come down, bloops, drop down, so all his knowledge and then leave. All right, cool. That's weird. And that's how it documented. And they have like real documents, these tablets ingrained for so much years. And all the tablets are filled with knowledge based on axioms and precepts. So it's the same kind of florally, but talking within riddles now. But the thing about it is, what I realized, because when you look into Orisha and you look at Babalaos and they talk to you and they would tell you, do you know that 8 to 10,000 years of this practice, very intricate practice of using binary code to do all kind of heights that people is called Obia, but they really don't understand what the hell it is, was passed down not by words, not written at all. And the reason why is because, ask yourself, how is the best way you're taught? By reading it or by visually understanding what it is and how it relates in real life now. So that's where I believe that the ancients and them really and truly were more, I would say, were more intelligent, only because they were utilizing all the facets of what they had to the maximum that they could. And we have all the facets and all these extra facets and all these devices, and we're not even utilizing this, what we have here, this body alone. We're not even utilizing this, not even to 30% of the potential.
Yeah, I think the problem is just too much noise.
A lot of noise. It's a lot of noise.
A lot of things
and
that just
that's why I love. That's why books of scripture, books of the Bible, books that have time aged into it now is so powerful, because when you read in it, especially, it's more powerful to read a book and flip through the pages than to read on your phone. Yeah. Because when you're flipping through the pages, you're actually getting a sense of fulfillment, because you actually have a visual representation of accomplishment with the pages you move now. So I believe in reading pages, but when you flip through these books of scripture, right, these actual books, and you read through it, you realize that this florally language does something for you. It takes away the noise, and then it kind of brings it back to just right here, right now. Like all them stories with Jesus, and he turned one fish into 10,000 fish and feed 10,000 people. It just show you, it's like, I don't know where the hell he get that fish from. I don't know if that's possible. But in life, real times, I didn't have shit. I didn't know where the hell I'll get it from. But we all eat, and in our family, we see that happen real times. My mother, somehow, when you track back, we were 7 kids. My father had multiple sclerosis, wasn't working, and my mother had a salary on Bartire Junior Sec, and we eating and we healthy, and like some strong ox running around right through. That didn't make no sense to me. When I check back on life, I like, Mommy had some kind of Jesus hands in the back there, or some kind of Harry Potter food that is refill or something. I don't know. But something, you know what I mean? And it just show you that you could get a lot from a little. So it just is, instead of trying to scientifically break it down, that's not true, that's not possible. Fuck about it being possible or not. What is it teaching you? It's art, that is creativity. It's telling a story, it's painting a picture for you to get wisdom from it. Because in the story is an application of principles of knowledge, and it painted in a story where you could understand and get something from it, and that you could apply in your life now. It's just how you look at it now. You know what I mean? And I think human beings, we need to now take a step back, every individual, and internalize everything, and then make decisions moving forward based on an understanding of self, an understanding of where you fit in the world. And if you don't know where you fit, be open to pulling, researching how and where you could find out where you fit. Start with just meditation alone, no book, no nothing. And this is what started me on a real climb out of my mental traumas, was being able to realize, to just shut the fuck up for 30 minutes to an hour. Just shut up. Tell your mind, shut up. Anything past through it, allow it. Just let it pass. That's what I read about this book, and it actually not telling you to shut your mind. It's telling you, witness the thought form come and pass. And after 30 minutes, the thought forms that going to come in your mind going to now be relative. And it's actually going to be problem solving. Once you just put out there that, okay, I have this problem, I want it solved, for the first 30 minutes, it's just going to be noise. Vam, 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 vam. They call it the monkey jumping from window to window, right? But as soon as you allow the time to pass, your mind, the geometry of your brain and how your brain will sync up, they just start to sync up with where you're supposed to be in life, and you'll realize the thoughts coming in your head more aligned with where you are and what you need to do in your life. So that's why I urge people to take time, to focus on yourself,
Yeah, that makes sense. So how you focus on yourself day to day?
Me?
Yeah.
How you get into your zone?
There's something I say a lot when I go to when I visit like schools, primary schools, secondary schools.
Yeah, so that
I always kind of preach to the kids that you need a balance. Everything within everything there's a balance. Even though my business is on the social media, there are times that I will definitely take time off of social media, 2-3 days, just take away from it now, boy. So because you have to create a balance in your life. You must balance your physical, your mental, and your spiritual at all times.
You need to take time to find back yourself again.
Correct is right, because those certain things out there you could get lost. You could get engulfed in it, and you could ultimately kind of lose your way in a boy. So take time for yourself. Balancing your spiritual, your physical, and your mental is of utmost importance, right? And only you can basically do that, because at the end of the day, this is your temple. You're responsible for your temple. So your physical, make sure you're eating correctly, you're putting the right things in your system, you're giving your body the exercise that it needs. Your spiritual, spending time with yourself, spending time with whatever is your higher being, just staying still and listening, as John was saying. And your mental is basically always be in a space where you're willing to learn.
Yeah.
You're willing to learn. Yeah. So that's something I preach a lot. Is teaching, especially parents teaching their children about that balance in life now. Because as you always saying, there's so much noise in the world now, there's so much distractions, that it's easy for you to just go astray. You have to take time to learn yourself. Master your mind.
Yeah, because that's the only way that you could tell the noise from the actual knowledge that you need.
Is right.
Because if you're just constantly being led by wherever shit leading you, you have infinite shit to lead you in infinite directions. So you need some kind of way
there are a lot of people who are just followers. They just kind of go with the flow now. And ultimately, they don't really have a plan or a set goal. So they just follow wherever the party is, wherever the crowd is, that's where they're headed. So in order for you to really make a change in the world, is not only about following, it's about understanding that you have the utmost potential to become great and tell your story. Because there are a lot of people out there too telling other people's story. Yeah? It's always about telling somebody else's story. What about your story? There are a lot of people there who somebody else holding their pen and telling their story, and they wouldn't take it back, boy. Take back the pen for a little 2 minutes now, and you write now.
Yeah.
Write a page for yourself now, So as a lot of people don't they're afraid to do that. They're afraid to tell their story. And that's.
But why would people be afraid to tell their own story?
I think they're afraid of being judged.
Rejected?
They're afraid of being judged and rejected. I actually went this forum in UE the other day, where these ladies, they were incarcerated for like 20 years. You understand? For committing crimes, and some of them were innocent, right here in Trinidad.
Well, we had those 3 guys that were recently released, and I think they were held for 10 years.
Right.
For it was either a murder or rape or something that they didn't commit.
You see?
Yeah.
And look, this documentary that now came out in the US, When They See Us. Which
that's
is
about the five boys from Central Park or something.
Exactly, yeah. Who were accused of committing a murder, some girl or something. And imagine if they didn't come out and, tell their story. So I really encourage people to tell a story. Leave your mark in the world, whatever the story may be. So, as I say, plenty of the times people they don't have the confidence to just go out there, because they're following somebody else's story. And in their mind, I don't think it's right, because it kind of strained from what the story that I know, and the story that society thinks is the right thing, So I'll pass on my story. I'll pass on my story. I'll do this one instead.
Yeah, I think Trinidad doing that as a whole right now because since I started this is only maybe the 6th, 7th or 8th video doing so far. And the stories that... hold on,
again, a little thing back there.
So I'm back.
And John is back, yeah.
So here what's going on,
we're just talking about stories and stuff.
Stories.
Yeah. See what you had to say quick now, John, because I want to get into this conversation about aliens before we go. I feel we didn't finish talking about aliens. Talk about King Tut come down. King Tut come down and just give us a bunch of knowledge and fly out.
Yeah,
I feel as what aliens gonna come and do. They're not gonna come and destroy the world.
Well, alright, so I reach another level. I reach another level of the whole alien theory now, boy.
Alright, give me a theory. Give me a theory.
Alright, and if you wanna know where I get all my knowledge from, just look up Ancient Aliens on History Channel.
John, don't say that in public.
Wait, it's Ancient Aliens on what?
History Channel, dog. Telling you,
on
dog.
Discovery Channel?
History, dog.
That's
I love it.
Disney Channel?
History.
Oh, history. Alright, history. I'll check it out.
She Babylon coming and telling me how aliens is the ones who give you life, dog. I like it. I like the story. At the end of the day, let me tell you why I like this whole alien thing, because I just watch everything like through the eyes of a nomad, of like a Buddhist then now. I like to watch everything real objectively. I just love to hear stories. So the more stories you had to tell me, is the more I just love life, because the story is so amazing, especially when you realize the synchronicities between them, when you understand, like, the pyramids and something called ley lines, where there's perfect lines matching up geographically with all these different civilizations over time, blah, 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 blah. It's so amazing, right? The structures that just go up, how they just go up, whether they could be built or couldn't be built. I don't give a shit. The whole point is it was done. It is a great feat. What was these people telling themselves now while they was doing it now? And when you go into their culture and you go into their knowledge and things, you'll be like, wow, this is amazing. And it's like, where the hell they get all this knowledge from? An alien, bitch. An alien just fly down and start a seed gal, and it have his
start a seed gal.
It have it in Genesis, where the Nephilim, what they call them in Genesis, they say they lay on, the gods lay onto the daughters of men. And so
you think any of them come to Trinidad? Like, if you had to pick one person in Trinidad as an alien, who you think will be an alien?
Rody.
Yeah, I feel so too.
Rody
is fucking sheep.
Bro, he shape shift, nigga. Horse. When you see this man turn on a different character, it's like, nah, I know you though.
Three Rodys in one video. I never see Rody and Rody in the same video together.
Dog, here the best part, for the Rody launch, my boy come out like a ride. He come out with it was a ride, dog. That's my favorite character. Gone inside. Every time he gone inside, he come out a different character horse, and there's no, like, there is like seamless. Like, if like there are two different people for sure.
Oh shit, Rudy. He figured out your secret.
I'm telling you, horse. Nah. He have a special room. He have a room he just go in horse, and he just come out. All right.
What was the noise? What exactly that noise is?
Yo, song effects. Dog, I swear, you ever see Dexter's Lab or something, and they go inside the defibrillator. And you see lights out of light up. And sparks flying. And
I just said in a man ball defibrillator, yes?
Yeah, I didn't even know what that is, dog.
Because that's the thing that used to shock you when you get a heart attack. It's an actual thing.
It's an actual
not using a defibrillator.
He's probably used one, people is sniff and get high or sniff glue or something. He just be like, boom! And then be like, all right, cool. That's how it is feel when he come out. He's an alien for sure, though. But
all right, that's why I do. And I uncovering the truth on this podcast. We know Rudy is an alien that's used a defibrillator to change characters on the go.
Shit.
Yeah. That going up.
Shit. I am shitting balls right now. Shitting testicles.
What?
That's an Uncle Rick statement.
Oh shit.
He never said that yet. They got script my fade.
Yeah. We'll know where it come from. And if we see Rudy with an alien character in the movie in his skit, we know where that
be
come
horse.
from.
I swear.
Gotta do one.
Where's the one name? Who the eyebrows?
Is that Fleeky?
Fleeky horse. Yeah. Dog. Fleeky is alien for sure. Fleeky is an alien for sure, dog. For sure.
I tell you, they're living amongst us already. You know?
I'm telling you, horse.
I ain't too sure about myself.
They're invisible. Here, my theory. My theory is they're invisible. And Rody just be like, oh, they want to play out. All right, cool.
Hello, this is you got oil, John Oates.
That is not Roddy, dog. Yeah. So he's alien, for sure. I believe I am an alien. I don't know. But as feel things and see things in some kind of ways that it just make me decide to do things that is just somehow be correct. And a lot of successful people will say the same kind of parable. I don't know if I could replay that. I'll never be able to say that the same way I just said it.
Well, but I'll go up, so I'll send you the I'll probably cut that and throw it on Instagram.
Yeah, Ross. But that shit, whatever the fuck I talking about there, called intuition, is a fucking motherfucker, dog. It's real amazing. And is make you feel like, who the fuck talking to me?
That's just you being in tune with the universe.
Dog!
That is all.
No, it's feel like somebody legit tell you, hey, go and do that. Go and do that. Go and talk to that guy. Literally, horses be like, go and talk to that guy. I go and talk to that guy. And that guy will be like the exact person I need the answers from. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I looking to see who talking to me kind of thing now, boy. You understand what I'm saying? And it's I just believe it's just destiny and it's geometry. And I believe it's this thing called coincidence. To me, is just coinciding events is a miracle now. So I believe every moment is a miracle. You know? That's just how I operate. So when something tell me go and talk to that guy, I will go and talk to them and be like, why the fuck did I talk to you? And they'll be like, why are you talking to me? I'll be like, I don't know. Why am I talking to you?
Serendipity.
Serious? Does have a word for it?
Yeah.
Wow. Serendipity. Yeah. And that was a movie.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I just know the word from somewhere. I don't know where I know it from.
Like, it wasn't expecting it to
for real, and it has happened, man. It's happened to fall in a place now. My get as a tattoo or something, so it'll be like, because that shit has happened to me all the time now, and it's cool. But what I realized, because I realized this thing with thought form, man, it actually have scientific like explanations or let me say research kind of done into thought form. You know, for instance, I don't know if you know the science where they take water and they talk into the water. They say I love you, and then they put it to freeze, and they say fuck you, and they put it to freeze. And they pull out the water and they zoom in at you zoom into the geometric level. Formations of the ice, and you will see perfect geometric formations, like perfect
water
art.
Very extremely powerful.
Yeah, within love, and it shows you that you could program water now with thought form now like that, and it's just an amazing thing to know.
They say you should never drink water like straight out of tap and thing. You should always leave it, let it settle first.
Okay.
Before you consume it, no way.
Right.
Was the reasoning for that?
Well, what is our consciousness?
Water carries a lot of feeling as well. It come like when they say kill an animal and you're eating, is a meat eater. If you kill an animal, we say a cow, and before that cow was killed, it was going through real trauma and real depression or some kind of thing, like a mother who just lost her calf or something, and she's going through some serious issues. Before you eat it, you will eventually get that same feeling that she had before they kill her.
Yeah. I don't know how much people might buy into different philosophies or theories of such, but
you never eat a burger and feel like real happy after?
No, well, all the time I love burgers.
I just eat a burger.
As we need burgers from good cows.
I just eat a burger and feel a bull.
How would you say?
Is a burger?
How would you reach furry burgers and bowling?
Not furry burgers, dog. Maybe furry.
What burgers you talking about?
Where you buying these burgers, John?
Yo, right? Bro.
You sound like you're not using your hands to eat them burgers. What kind of burgers you eating?
Kind of sloppy juice.
Yeah, furry burger.
Very. I clean my bed and kind of thing after that eat.
I ain't smoking no video too, no?
By the way, horse, Roddy smoked a hemp that was not even rolled on us. It was just in the same vicinity as weed. And get high, you know. The man get high off a hemp that was in the same vicinity of weed.
I don't smoke weed, right? I stopped smoking weed some years ago. I stopped smoking weed. And no, I just say, hey, my guy hemp.
Come to the wrong guy.
So this was hemp. This one give me a hemp. And it was just in the vicinity of marijuana.
Yeah, it was in the vicinity now.
I got real high.
Man was blown horse. Man was like, John, I'm not going to get high from this, right? I was like, no. How? No. Yeah. After he done pull, you watch him. John, I'm very John fucking high.
John and sit down there. Like, oopsies. Oopsies. Did we do that?
Didn't mean to get you high, bro. Kinda did.
Well, but that should lead to the conversation on the legalization. Well, the decriminalization of marijuana. Because there's a difference. People think they're legalizing it and, you can smoke weed, but decriminalization, you could still be charged.
You should do ask it that I know you pull up the decriminalization of marijuana, you pull up on the avenue, light a big split. Boy, illegal. Yeah. You know, fast and put
your ass,
what charge? Hard slap first. It's hard slap first, dog. Imagine I in a club, right, dog? I wouldn't lie to you. I don't know if it's being an artist, but sometimes you just do some crazy shit that makes no sense, right? Like for real. I in a very established club. I wouldn't call the name. I go outside.
To be honest, I think that's all you, That does not really have to be an artist thing.
Come on, dog. I look up Prince and all them motherfuckers. Them men crazy, dog. Dog, I going outside of this club and I just feeling real good on life now. I feeling real good. I like things happening, you know. I meet Rudy and shit popping off and I do my music and everything going good, dog. So I pull out a fucking weed in the club. I start to bust up a weed. I didn't even realize now in a club, you know, a security watching me, a policeman watching me the whole time. I watching this man watching me and I hailing him, man. What you seen? I bust up the weed and thing. I watch him like, he watch me. He just watch him. I'm like, yeah, just now. I bust up the weed thing. I roll it. Lick it. Rah. Nice. Sparking time. Wax.
Yeah.
What you see now? Do so. You pull out. He do so. He pull out your wallet. You go to jail. I was like,
he move like them car security and them boy. They just wait until your park your car come out, do so, then walk in. Sir, your car park there, sir.
Yeah. After you move just park, you done there. The man, dog.
So we cannot tell you all the time.
Boy, the man watch me, dog. Now at this point I was already pretty high, because I was blazing from before the night. So I take one and I was like, swear to God, this man, I gonna give you a pull. Like, you ever had that shit moment where you really thought your shit testicles out your ass or some kind of shit, dog? Like, you don't know, like, it's like, dog. I was like, what the fuck happened, boy? I was like, this is a policeman showing his badge. I have a long spliff in my hand.
And I guess you're smoking indoors as well.
No, I wasn't indoors. I was out
on
there.
The outside.
I was on the deck. I was sprawled out. I was owning it, dog. I was like, I feel like a fucking king. You want pull up? No. You wanna go to jail? I was like, no. He's like, give me that. I was like, I saw that fumble. He's like, yo, make your heart slap up.
Now we tell you?
Yeah, I tell him. I said, boy, daddy, ease yourself now, dog. I high. So I started giving you rasta talk. Now I said, ease yourself now, yeah. Ease yourself now, yeah. He said, don't give me no fucking talk. Get out my club, right? Now knowing the next week that I come to the club, I come and thing on, you know, me and my crew, we just come and we just fuck up the club now, man. The police, I watch the policeman yelling, man, the same guy now, he talking, and we laughing. And I say, he's like, you're a real funny guy. I say, you know, you nearly locked me up last week. He say, for real? Yeah. I say, how? He say, how? I say, I was the guy smoking weed. He was like, that was you? I say, yeah. He say, I was going to slap you real hard, I don't know. I was like, I was going to make a touchy ground for sure, horse. I was like, dog, I didn't mean to disrespect you and thing, horse. But, you know, he's just agreed. He say, well, at the end of the day, too, he wasn't going to lock him up or nothing. He and all, you know what I mean? He had family who just smoke weed, but it was just real blatant. Like, he watching me like, this nigga had to be real high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In our club.
Can I strip it or?
Had to be stripped. He was going to put me some sense into my. Thank God he didn't. I like my face. I feel like a pretty, you know? But it was, you know what I mean? It was vibes.
If I have? No way.
What's that? Nah, no hemps. No hemps right now.
No.
So, but yeah, I mean, so, well, I don't know if you might have a wrap up. What's the time?
We had to start wrapping up. Hey, you guys want to hear this song? Or I want to start promoting some songs at the end of the podcast and stuff.
Run track, so dog. If it's balls, it's
bring
balls.
Tune. Is that instrumental? We got spit on the track there.
Spit on the track.
This is from our very own Rico. Mama don't cry.
Rico.
New up and coming artist.
What they tell me. come one day you go watch mama and say, please mama don't cry, but still she's crying. It'll be alright.
Come sing something like that. Let me hear.
Body.
She's dying. Please mama don't cry, but still she's crying.
It's
It'll be
bad.
alright,
Back up
but
vocals,
inside she's dying. Listen to mama carefully.
Mama!
Mama.
Take her advice, don't live life blindly. But you see, she don't understand me. Well, come one day you go watch mama and pray.
What's this?
Wait, what you
Gunshot,
ask?
gunshot,
Wait, horse.
Like
Man
gunshot
get shot
past it?
dead.
What you
Yes.
boy? I don't know if it's he who dead or I know who dead.
Please mama don't cry, but still she's crying.
Pause the song there.
It'll be alright.
Pause the song there.
The visuals hard.
I think that is a classic. That is a classic example of what not to do when you have a good song. All right, you have a good song. In the middle of the song, I'm feeling real good. Mama, don't cry. I like, I wanna hug mama up and everything gonna be alright. Pow.
Yeah, no, I think they do that
You're
sometimes
fucking
in
dead.
music videos, so people can't just rip the music video from online now.
Yeah.
You know,
so
like
like
if
just
it's-
put a gunshot in the middle of the song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
No,
a
but
perfect song.
Yeah,
you know?
it fit with the music video.
The visuals.
Yeah, so it fit with the
So
visuals.
he's
but
telling
you
mommy, don't cry, and then
No, the visuals for the song, right, is this child went and do a kind of
You know
transaction, yeah, and he gets shoot
at the
fit,
end of the day.
right?
You
So
listen
the
to
rest,
him,
yeah,
mother.
so the rest of the video now is if he didn't make that decision to get involved in that shit,
Right.
So now he telling people don't do this shit and make your mother cry, you know. Anyway,
Listen
come
to your
back,
mama.
I
come
wanna
back
just
to it.
lead
Yeah.
to
Better listen to your mama.
a positive note from that, and is that listen, get to
Listen
youth.
to your mother.
There's a message for all get to youth. All get.
Listen to your mother.
Listen to your mother.
it's a strong, powerful
Listen to
message.
grand.
Real.
Right
Yeah.
now, hear the message to all get to youth. You see this thing, I understand why it is to feel marginalized. You're getting pushed to a margin, right? Get to youth, as the wider society might figure, I love until you to a beat 'em, you to a zealots, youth is a certain type of person that you perceive because of the area they come from. That is not so, right? It might be so some of the time, not all the time. I have a lot of amazing people there, and then two people in there who might be a certain way are only that way because they've been marginalized. They feel a squeeze. And it's not just in certain areas, it's in normal life. And like in America right now, you have a lot of people in the middle class being homeless, right? Who probably turn into killing.
in LA, you have 10
In LA.
cities. They walk on the street and it's like 10 people living in tents.
Right. And now hear my message, right? I understand, we had to always understand Babylon system going on want you to get pushed to the margin, and it going to want you to cross the line so that they could lock your ass up. They want you to do that. They want you to cross the line. They want you to kill a nigga. They want you to slap a bitch. They want you to rob. They want you to tote load. They want you to sell whatever, right? They want you to do that. So from time you decide that is what you want to do, just know that you're letting Babylon system win. You understand? And that if you feeling like you being pushed to that margin, always understand that you have a greater purpose in life. You just have to find your talent, find your fit, find your niche. Everything is business, right? You could be good with your hands, you could do plumbing, and you could get 10, 20 clients a month and not paying your bills, right? It's all about finding your talent, putting it into a business, find your niche, find the market yourself. Just once you start to think that way, your life going to evolve that way. If you start to think holding a gun, toting a load, selling a weed, whatever, your life is going to manifest that way. So just understand there's a line that you are being pushed to, right? You was not meant to be there.
Yeah, so that's what the song is about. Basically,
and we
not
have to push
crossing that
back
line.
as creatives. We had to push back to show the get to you that you could make it out. We literally trying to set up and are going to set up means and roads and avenues for the talent of the country to be able to get paid and to get more, recognition.
Yeah.
And by God's grace we'll reach the infinite. You know what I
Want to
mean?
hear the rest of the song there?
Yeah. So take us out there, run it out there. Mama don't cry.
Please, mama, don't cry, but still she's crying.
So that's it for the 70 something for the something episode. So yes, that's it for the.
Yeah, I guess you could end on this note here.
That's it for the 70 something episode of Let's Talk TNT. Let's talk about it. Do it one more time.
Nah, just lowering down the song so we could talk over it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, like proper local DJs, you had to load down the music and talk.
Yo.
Wow, our next gunshot.
Well, you was dreaming, huh?
Yeah. So now we had to make the choice.
It has some people might hear the song and really love the song and then hear a gunshot and go straight into PTSD, you know, be like. You know what I mean?
Right, so this is the song Rico, Mama Don't Cry.
Big up Rico. It's our best tune.
Yep. First song that I host on this podcast. Hopefully I could host a lot more. Next podcast I could host one of yours.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I know you have a lot.
You know, yeah, man, and Rudy have tune.
About 4 albums right now.
About.
Yeah, John, how much songs you have? Like 50 or something now, and?
About. I have a lot of songs.
About 4 albums.
I want to shout out the Bitter Bunch.
Bitter Bunch?
The Bitter Bunch. There's the bitterest bunch of people that the music
The
so
Bitter Bunch.
Dog, music so sweet it gonna make you bitter. You know why? Because you'll be like, why didn't make up that song, boy? Telling you, dog.
Is that song just there waiting to be made?
Music
The
so
Bitter
sweet.
Bunch.
The Bitter Bunch. The bitter.
What is that? They like Moby or something more?
Some so.
Strong Moby, no sugar.
Everybody does drink. Everybody is drink punch. Is take punch in shots. There's drink punch in straight. Anybody you know that's drink punch in straight, they bitter.
They just drink Noonie juice.
Sure.
I have one experience with Noonie juice growing up and us. I just smell it once. And say that's
Noonie juice still? To get rotten?
Yes,
right?
and it turned black. It turned black.
We
had one of those big.
Cried in school.
I thought Noonie juice is when a nanny saw it, and I used called Noonie. That what Noonie juice is.
Well, we had one of those big glass jars. You know the big glass jars you used to use.
Yeah,
you know the big glass jars used to use to put fruits to get stale farm. Well, to ferment or for fruit cake.
Wine and thing.
Yeah, like that. The big glass jars. We had a big one of that full with noni. And my mom forget that in the backyard for a year and a half, and the thing turned black. And what tell me, curiosity killed the cat. I cracked that open and just smelled it once.
Yeah, boy.
And I was almost knocked out. I was knocked out.
You ever smell a vagina like that?
Nah. How?
He don't say that. He don't say he smell.
Hey fellas, if you ever get Noonie juice nanny.
Which female on the face of the old nanny smell like a Noonie?
I don't know, dog. When I was living in Miami, there's called a bacalao.
Oh, is it Miami?
Bacalao. But they don't. Bacalao is like the smell of like a rotten fish nanny, you know?
Bacalao?
Yeah, dog. Bacalao.
A bacalao nanny?
Anytime I get they tell she that she nanny bacalao, dog. Just run for the hills,
You know, John is a bacalao priest.
What? I mean, I had a heal or something from a distance. I'll send them energies. Energies.
Thoughts and prayers.
Prayers.
Some men mouth out this one like bacalao right now, you know. As we speak, you know.
Whoa. You know.
All right, fellas. Well, feel we had to wrap this up.
Your mouth smell like bacalao, though. Yeah. I feel I throw that talk out there.
Especially with the Venice in the country, they gonna know the talk. Trust me, they gonna know the talk.
Even it's not the bacalao talk?
They know they make up the talk. It's their Spanish talk.
So it's no longer soulfish, it's bacalao.
It's bacalao.
Alright.
Alright, fellas, it was good.
John, I appreciate it very much.
And Rudy, well, you know, anytime, well, you have time again. I know you're a busy guy. So anytime you want to come back on,
definitely,
always good to have you.
Appreciate it.
Then we could go more in depth into aliens because I feel we didn't.
And Rick and Morty, dog. We need to actually have Rick and Morty.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
I thought it was Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I thought
have a Rick and Morty podcast. Also, have like some. Rick and what's Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty is what.
Doesn't it get stiff after
just
that?
before you die.
Okay, cool. Well.
Alright, guys.
Cool. Show is not like Rick and Morty, though.
Love in the house.
100%.
Yep.
Advice. See you all next time.
Rodell Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
thanks so much for having me, guys. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, already. Alright. Later. Bye.